What is happening, DC fans? I am DL here with a trailer review. The official trailer has released for James Gunn's Superman. I dubbed Superman 25. That's going to be out, man, in like a little over a month from now. Oh man, it's just getting closer and closer, and I just can't wait to go and see this in the theater. This is my most anticipated film this year, and I'm just ready to see this, man. At this point, I'm already sold. I'm already sold. Like, no matter what I'm gonna say about this trailer here, like I'm already sold. But yeah, let's just get into this, man. I know I'm late. I know this trailer came out 2 weeks ago, but I don't care. I want to give my thoughts on this because there's so much in here that I'm loving, and yeah, I know I'll probably be regurgitating stuff that I've already said with other Superman stuff that came out, but yeah, man, this looks awesome. So in this trailer, I guess the one of the biggest things that stood, one of the big things that stood out to me, and literally they revealed this in the first few seconds of the trailer, a different dynamic when it comes to Superman and the people that he knows. So Lois knows Superman's identity. Like, he knows that he's Clark Kent. So that is different, actually. Um, I mean, so they're already establishing that this is a lived-in DC universe that superheroes already exist, and there's been some time that's passed since Superman has been revealed to the world, and to me, this is really refreshing. This is really refreshing to me because I there's always so many times that we could do the typical Lois and Clark dynamic that we see, where it's like Lois. One of the things I've even questioned about the lore of Superman, and as much as I am a big fan of Superman, there is some things that doesn't really make sense nowadays in the modern era, or the modern sensibilities that we have. One of the things is that Lois is one of the greatest reporters in the world, and she can't figure out that Clark Kent is Superman just because, oh look, I put on glasses, you don't know who I am. Like, no, I'm sorry, that does not fly. I know you gotta suspend your disbelief about certain things, but like, come on now. Like, with someone that's as knowledgeable and as like intuitive that Lois Lane is, why would she never pick that up with Clark? And I know the whole thing is, oh, but she barely pays attention to Clark, so like she doesn't really focus on him that much. Like, I could barely take that excuse. But what I actually really like here now is that not only does Lois know that Clark is Superman, but it looks like they're already in a relationship. So that's actually a dynamic that's actually very refreshing, and I'm actually interested in seeing that. Seeing them actually already being a relationship, and her already knowing who he is. Like, that's cool. That's something we haven't seen, and I don't think that goes against their characters at all. So I knew going into this that you have to differentiate yourself from different versions of Superman that we've already seen, but at the same time keeping the essence. And like I said, if we were just gonna see the typical typical dynamic that we've seen from Lois and Clark again, like, I mean, I wouldn't hate it obviously, but it's like it would just feel kind of repetitive at this point. Because I'll be honest, like the Lois Lane Clark dynamic, I'm not even the biggest fan of their romance, to be honest. Like, I personally was a Lana Lang fan. I know that's a hot take for people. I like Lana Lang a little bit more as Superman's love interest than Lois, but I digress. But if we're doing it like this, I'm actually happy about that. But anyway, I spent too long talking about the Lois and Clark dynamic. Let's talk about the rest of the stuff that happened in this trailer. So another thing they hit home here is that Superman, like for a lot of incarnations of Superman, he's been looked at as the American icon, like in the American hero, truth, justice, in the American way. And so what I liked from here is that they're addressing that he's not only an American hero, he's trying to be a hero for the world, a planetary hero. So, and I like that, this one they're trying to make Superman be more of a universal character and not just something for the states. It's something that I appreciate because like they address the fact that he's trying to end war and conflict in other parts of the globe and other nations and stuff like that. And he's been preventing wars and he's doing what he believes is right, but then he's getting criticized by people in the US with him dealing with foreign conflicts, and he's just like, I don't understand why people are upset at me about that, because I'm just trying to save lives. I'm trying to stop wars, no matter where they come from, no matter their ethnicity, no matter their politics or morals or beliefs. As long as he's doing good, he doesn't understand why people are criticizing him. And I feel like this is the type of thing that they were trying to address in like the Zack Snyder films. But once again, those felt a bit heavy-handed, and at the same time, it felt very like it felt like they weren't scratching the surface enough at the same time. Like, because they were making Superman so much of like a god figure, and now we didn't really get to see how he personally felt about everything. And it looks like here, like when Lois is like trying to interview him about those conflicts, you could just see like we actually get a glimpse of like how Superman is feeling as a person, like how he feels like he's doing the right thing, and he's getting a little frustrated about how, like, I'm just trying to do the right thing and people are going to die. People were going to die if I didn't do anything. So it's like, I like seeing that, it makes Superman feel a little bit more real. The fact that, like, yes, like, there was nothing wrong with Zack Snyder trying to add in the fact that people are against like Superman's like action and stuff like that, but we didn't see enough of like the hope. We didn't see enough of him just wanting to do the right thing, actually seeing him doing the right thing no matter what, actually seeing how he feels as a person. So I liked in this one that they're addressing that a little bit more. There's a little bit more of a balance here. So this is already telling me that like they're trying to make Superman more fleshed out as a character and actually make him more relatable as a character. On top of the fact that he doesn't seem like he's a super invulnerable person. Like, he's actually able to get hurt. Even though he has all these superpowers, he's actually able to be vulnerable in this film physically. So on top of the physical stuff, the him as a person, they're trying to make that more fleshed out, and I appreciate that. And hopefully people that aren't big fans of Superman, they'll be able to connect with him on a closer level. But those two things are probably like the biggest like standouts from the movie story wise that I'm actually looking forward to seeing. Everything else, man, just the visual effects in this looks amazing. I love the way James Gunn is shooting this film. I like the color aspect. I know people were complaining about the color grading in here. It's like, oh, it looks like the Flash. Like, okay, so it still looks great. The colors are still vibrant. Like, the look of the movie actually looks like a comic book. James Gunn is using a lot of comic book shots in this film. Just everything just looks so cool. It looks like a comic book come to life. Like, I just love that James Gunn is actually embracing the comic booky nature of DC. He's not trying to make it super grounded. But at the same time, he's not afraid to have the weird over the top concepts with aliens and robots and all the other stuff. Like he's found a good sensibility of the two to make it feel tangible, but at the same time whimsical. So I really, really appreciated that. We actually got to see a little bit more action from the engineer, because we barely got anything from the engineer up to this point. So we got a glimpse of her powers. And like I said, I'm not the biggest. I don't know that much about the Authority. That's a part of DC that like don't have the biggest knowledge on. But seeing her like morphing her hands into like these saw things like that looks pretty cool. And then Crypto defending the Fortress of Solitude. That looks freaking amazing. Man. Like I can't wait to see that. Crypto defending his home. Man, Crypto's gonna be a standout in this. Like, I hear a lot of people are saying that they're seeing this movie mainly for Crypto, and at this point, I'm cool with that. If as long as it gets you in the theater, if Crypto gets you in the theater, then I'm happy about that because Crypto does look really cool in here. Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor. I think he's gonna knock it out of the park. I really do. He looks awesome in this. We got a little bit more dialogue from him, and I don't know. He does. I don't want to set my expectations too high, but just from what I'm seeing, he has the possibility of being one of the best Lex Luthors in live action. Now, it's going to be a tall order to be better than the Lex Luthor in Smallville, absolutely. But I think he's actually going to do the role justice. I do think he's going to be better than Gene Hackman, and I think he's going to be better than Jesse Eisenberg for sure. Yeah, I just have I have a lot of hope for him that he's going to do it really well. We get a little bit of Rick Flag Sr. in here. We got like a couple of shots of him in here. I'm excited to see how he's going to be playing in this film. And then we still don't know that much about this mysterious guy in the all black uniform and the mask with the U on his chest. I'm going to assume that might be Ultraman. But people are speculating that is Ultraman. Yeah, I'm very curious to see how that's going to go. I'm wondering are we going to see him unmasked? Is it going to be like a big reveal that is something bigger than what it is? Like, yeah, I don't know. That's probably like the biggest, like one of the biggest mysteries in here is like, who is that guy? Who is that Ultraman dude? Whatever it is. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Got more shots of Superman fighting the kaiju. I think that's going to be a really entertaining scene. I think it's going to be really cool. And then he's fighting this big thing called this big metal thing that also has laser eyes called the hammer of something. I forgot what that was. That's another like deep cut from the comics that I did not expect them to put in here. It's the hammer of Boravia. Yeah, so that's okay. He's gonna be fighting the hammer of Boravia in here. So he's gonna be fighting that. He's gonna be fighting a giant kaiju. He's gonna fight this Ultraman dude. Like this movie's gonna be jam packed. I know there's gonna be people that are worried that there's too many characters in here. There's too many heroes in here. Blah 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 blah. I think James Gunn is going to find a way to balance all that in the film and still make sure that it is mainly going to be a Superman movie. Just like how they do with stuff like Invincible, for example. Like that still was mainly an Invincible show, but there's a whole bunch of other heroes in here, so I'm sure that point's going to be fine. And like I said, this is refreshing that we're starting a universe with superheroes already established. So, Mr. Terrific looks awesome. Guy Gardner looks really cool. We get more shots of him using the ring. Metamorpho looks so awesome. I love his design. I love the practical makeup on him. He looks so badass. I can't wait to see it. Hawk Girl looks great. Man, I'm so excited for this. This is just, I really hope this becomes a hit. I really hope that this Superman movie is great. I hope that everything that they're establishing in this film, I hope that it does well to launch this new DC universe, and hopefully it'll give more momentum to stuff that's about to come out, like Peacemaker and Lanterns and Supergirl and whatever we get after that. But yeah, at this point, I don't need to see any more trailers. I really don't. I'm pretty much sold on this movie. I don't need to see anything else. Like you already got me opening day. You already got me. I almost feel like I don't want to watch. If they do release anything else after this, I don't think I want to watch it because, like, I just don't want anything. I don't want them to reveal anything else. Um, I would like. I feel like I could be wrong. But I feel like we've gotten a lot of stuff already, and maybe James Gunn still has some surprises that we haven't seen yet. But yeah, like I just already feel like I know so much about this movie going into it. So like at this point, yeah, I'm already sold. I'm already excited. So I don't need to watch anything else after this. So don't worry, guys. This will probably be the last time I'm talking about the marketing and the trailers and anything until the movie comes out. I promise it. I won't talk about anything else from the marketing of this film. I won't do any more trailers or any more reveals here until the movie comes out. So I promise. Because like at this point, like I said, I don't need to see anything else. I'm excited. I'm already going to see it opening day. I'm sure a lot of you have already made up your mind as far as if you're going to see it or not. So yeah, you already know how I feel. I'm excited. This trailer looks great. I can't wait to see it. But those are my thoughts on the official trailer for Superman. What did you guys think about it? Did it get you guys more excited to see the movie, or are you guys more still skeptical about the film? What are the standouts in the trailer to you? Do you like that Superman identity is known to Lois? Do you like that they're already in a relationship? Do you like the politics and conflicts that they're seem to be addressing in this film? Do you like the effects? Do you like the other characters coming in here? Yeah, let me know your thoughts down below.